Let's move on, Commanders. Another round of news here on the channel with more updates from the Washington Commanders. Next, let's go for another round of news from the Commanders. Always fast, objective, and very up-to-date with the team. For those who are new, subscribe, daily videos so you don't miss anything, and strengthen with a like. Hit the like button on the video so I can continue posting updates from the Commanders. Red alert in Washington. The Commanders just suffered a hard blow on defense. Jeremy Chinn is out for 2025. The Las Vegas Raiders won the dispute. How will the team fill this void in the secondary? The name that is gaining strength is an old acquaintance of the house. Kendall Fuller may be back. Yes, that's right. The guy who has already made history in Washington. Could this be the solution? Let's get to the facts. Chinn was a fundamental piece in the secondary defense. His departure leaves a hole that is hard to fill. The Commanders' defense, which was top 3 in fewest passing yards allowed last season, is now in check. Dean Jones from Rigo's Rag brought up the possibility of a Kendall Fuller return. And it's no wonder. The guy just came off a solid season with the Miami Dolphins. Even at 30 years old, Fuller had 50 tackles, 7 pass breakups, and even got into the backfield to make a difference. Can Fuller fill the void left by Chinn? Experience is on his side. He already knows the place. He's already shined with the Commanders jersey. But does he still have the stamina to maintain the level the team needs? So fans, what do you think? Is Kendall Fuller back a good thing? Or do the Commanders need to think about a younger name for the position? Next, Commanders continuing. Attention, Commanders. Adam Peters, IS, not kidding. The offensive line is going through a true revolution. And now, another name arrives to heat up this competition. Get ready for another bombshell in the protection of the sensation quarterback Jayden Daniels. The Commanders just signed Phillips, a former Giants player who is now trying to secure his place in Washington. But will he succeed? Adam Peters is obsessed with ensuring the best possible protection for Jayden Daniels. He knows that without a solid line, nothing will work. And after some powerful additions via trade and draft, the Commanders already seem to have a new face on the offensive line. But now the bet is on Phillips, a guy who spent the last few years with the New York Giants and who has a direct connection with offensive line coach Bobby Johnson. Sounds promising? Maybe. But the truth is that Phillips only played 53 snaps last season. That's a warning sign. Let's be honest. The Commanders already have Laramie Tunsil and promising rookie Josh Connerly Jr. as their starting duo. And Andrew Wiley is still on the roster. Will Phillips get a spot? Or is he just trying to hold down a spot on the practice squad? Do you fans think Phillips can surprise and secure his spot? Is Adam Peters betting too high? Comment below. Let's discuss. To close today's updates, here's the situation. The Washington Commanders shut up the NFL. Who would have thought that, in just 1 year, this team would go from a joke to a contender in the NFC? Adam Peters, Dan Quinn, and Jayden Daniels transformed the franchise. But the question that remains is this turnaround sustainable? Let's be realistic. This should not happen. Teams in their second year of management, changing management, coaching staff, and revamping the roster should not be competing for a title. Normally, this type of rebuilding takes years. But the Commanders defied all odds. What happened to make this change so fast and impactful? Was it luck, strategy, or the perfect combination of management and talent? The smell of defeat that surrounded the Commanders has disappeared. The franchise, which was one of the biggest jokes in the NFL, has become one of the darlings of the league. Adam Peters and Dan Quinn have rewritten the team's history. And the most impressive thing, they did it in record time. When Peters arrived, many fans were skeptical. Was this just another promise of rebuilding that would come to nothing? But he arrived with a clear strategy to consolidate the protection for Jayden Daniels and ensure that the young quarterback had the best pieces around him. He spared no effort. There were aggressive signings, impactful trades, and an absolute focus on the offensive line. A dynamic offense and a solid defense led the Commanders to the NFC Championship game. There is no denying it. The work of the Peters-Quinn duo is being compared to the greatest rebuilding projects in NFL history. But the journey does not stop. Washington does not want to be just a passing surprise. The goal is to consolidate this new phase and ensure that the rise is not a fire in a flash. To this end, Adam Peters continued to attack the market. The Commanders recently announced the signing of Phillips to further strengthen the offensive line. Will he really fight for a starting spot? The competition is strong, with Laramie Tunsil and Josh Connerly Jr. taking over the wings. But, as Peters has proven before, he seeks competition at every position. And the offense? With the arrival of Deebo Samuel, the expectation is to see an even more explosive offense. Jaden Daniels now has an arsenal of respectable players. Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Brian Robinson Jr. Isn't that an envious roster? And the defense? Oh, the defense is also in the spotlight. The addition of Trey Amos promises to bring youth and aggressiveness to the secondary. But does this mean that Marshawn Lattimore's days are numbered? The veteran cornerback, who arrived as a big signing, had a troubled season, marked by injuries and below-average performances. Is it worth keeping him on the roster with such a high salary impact? Or is it time to bet on young talent? The question that everyone wants to know, what do you think? Does Amos deserve a starting spot? Does Lattimore still have room in this new project? It's like watching a discredited fighter become champion in a single season. The Commanders went from the bottom of the well to the top of the NFC at an absurd speed. Can you imagine what's coming next? The most incredible thing is that American football is returning to the D.C. region. New stadium in the old RFK site, and to top it all off, Washington will be the host of the 2027 NFL Draft. The city is breathing football again. It's as if the city is finally healing the scars left by the previous administration. The dark past is being left behind, and the fans are more excited than ever. Do you believe the future is really promising? Can the Commanders consolidate themselves as one of the NFC powers in the coming years? Write your opinion in the comments tab. And that's it, Commanders. Did you like the video? Leave your like, subscribe to the channel. It is very important that we are together. Thank you for everything. And let's move forward, Washington Commanders.